Forget your city grind for a minute, because Starsand Island wants you to absolutely chill. This is Starsand Island, an early access life sim out now for around 40 bucks. It's basically a digital safe haven, letting you escape to a seaside paradise where you just Players are sinking an average of 66 hours into this thing already, and honestly, I get why. If you're into that just one more day loop from Stardew Valley, but want something that looks more like a Genshin Impact housing system, then yeah, this is probably for you. It's got an overwhelmingly positive reception on Steam, sitting at nearly 88% approval, and some folks are already calling it the best cozy game of 2026. Let's dig into what makes it so special. So what's the core loop here? You're dropped onto Starsand Island, a quiet country life sim. You're not saving the world, you're just living out a simple existence. You'll be farming, obviously, planting and harvesting your crops, and you'll be crafting your own gear and tools. But it's really about the vibe. You can reel in a big catch from the sea, or head into the enchanting moonlit forest for exploration, gathering resources and discovering new spots. The social aspect is pretty chill too. You're living alongside adorable animals like capybaras, cats and dogs, and you're befriending the local townsfolk, building relationships at your own pace. It's super slow paced, which is actually the entire point. This game is built specifically to help you decompress after a long day. You're not grinding stats or rushing through a quest log, you're just existing and gradually building up your little corner of paradise. The progression system honestly feels really well structured. You're always unlocking new things, always making your island better, without ever feeling pressured. It's that one more day feeling, but without the stress of a clock or an impending doom. Visually, it's got this vibrant, almost Genshin-esque art style, especially with the environment and trees. It's bright, inviting, and just feels good to look at while you're relaxing. Before I continue, if you're enjoying this no-fluff format, a subscribe really helps the channel grow. Takes 1 second. Alright, let's get back in. Now, this is where it really clicks for a lot of people. The game's still in early access, right? But the developers, Seed Sparkle Lab, are putting in serious work. Like, players are saying they've never seen devs update a game this hard. We're talking update announcements that are literally hundreds of items long, detailing bug fixes and new content. They're fixing issues almost immediately, and that kind of dedication? That's genuinely inspiring, especially for an early access title that could easily get abandoned. Even in this early state, the core content is great and the progression feels rewarding, while the story, characters, and specific events aren't fully fleshed out yet, which, honestly, is what you'd expect for EA. The fundamental mechanics are already super enjoyable. You can tell they have a solid roadmap, and players are eagerly waiting for future updates knowing they're coming. There's been a little bit of discourse and controversy around the game online, but the general sentiment from players is that the devs are listening, they're active, and they genuinely care about making this a masterpiece down the line. It's a digital safe haven, but also a dev safe haven apparently. Now, it's not all sunshine and capybaras. This is early access, remember? So you will hit some bumps. The biggest complaint I've seen is frequent crashes. Especially after one of the larger initial patches, some players started experiencing pretty regular crashes. It's genuinely frustrating when you're just trying to relax and your game suddenly quits. Also, while the core loop is solid, the story, characters, and specific events aren't fully fleshed out yet. You won't find a deep, branching narrative here or super complex relationships with NPCs. It's more about the simple joys right now, which for some might feel like it lacks a bit of heart compared to other sims. Though honestly, most players disagree, saying the core mechanics themselves provide more than enough enjoyment. And yeah, the initial $40 price tag puts some people off. But most of the long-term players agree it's absolutely worth it if you're into this kind of chill simulation, especially with the developer's commitment. So, should you actually play Starsand Island right now? Look, if you want the polished, complete story-driven RPG with no bugs at all, then maybe wait for the full release. But if you're craving a genuine digital escape, a slow-paced life sim where you can farm, fish, build, and just unwind, and you appreciate active, transparent developers, then yeah, absolutely. It's got great bones, a dedicated team, and it's already providing dozens of hours of pure chill. If you like the laid-back progression of Harvest Moon, Animal Parade, or Stardew Valley and want that Genshin aesthetic, you'll feel right at home. If this helped you decide, drop a like and subscribe. See you in the next one.